I know some of the people against the policy have scared everyone that teachers will show children sex scenes between men. But this is outrageous. The school board never has and never will do such a thing. This policy is not about sexuality. We have a sex education policy in place already. This policy is about equality and making schools safe for not just my kids or your kids, but all of our kids. If you compare it to schools teaching kids religion, teachers do not promote any one religion. They just teach kids that other religions exist. In the same way, this policy is not there to promote a lifestyle. It's there to teach acceptance and awareness. Today, racial diversity is something all students are able to celebrate and embrace. One day, all students will instinctively understand that sexual differences are something that enriches everyone's lives, and that being born as different sexual orientation is normal, and no one sexual orientation is superior to another, just as no one race is superior to another. It's of utmost importance that if we are to create a gay acceptance policy, then the term gay has to be part of this policy. If we are to take out the word gay from this policy, then the meaning behind the policy is lost. It's no longer a policy devoted to gay bullying. Gay is not a dirty word. Accepting that people are born Chinese, or brown, or left-handed is no different than accepting that people are born gay. I've heard and read some statements, such as having such a policy will make more of our kids gay. And one parent, Heather Young, even said that this policy opens a big window for the pro-gay community to recruit, and this will cause a huge medical burden in this country. There are so many things wrong with this comment. First of all, no one can be recruited. This is absolute nonsense. When society centuries ago accepted left-handed people, did the right-handed ones start using their left hand? Of course not. When same-sex marriages were made legal in Canada, did any of your spouses decide to try a same-sex marriage? Of course not. Human sexuality is not a choice. If it were, why would anyone choose to be gay, which is so much more difficult? And due to some people's homophobia, being gay can actually be dangerous. No one would choose that option. And for many, it's a painful process to actually finally accept themselves the way they are. In human sexuality, only those who are born bisexual, which is a tiny percentage, have a choice to be with either same or opposite sex. Therefore, it's only the bisexual people or those with bisexual tendencies that would believe and be so strong in saying that human beings have a choice or can be recruited. The rest of us know that nothing can or will change our sexual orientation. As for the medical burden, I assume she's referring to HIV, which statistically has killed and infected more heterosexual people in the world. And one of the primary reasons it has spread so rapidly is that some religions have forbidden the use of condoms as protection against HIV. Earlier we heard Ben say that the American College of Pediatricians are against LGBT rights, and I really am upset at him quoting that because my sister is a pediatrician. And he's failing to disclose that this is actually a conservative, anti-gay group that has only 200 members and does not in any way represent the 60,000 member group that my sister belongs to, which is the American Academy of Pediatricians, that actually supports gay acceptance. So this is actually misleading the public and insulting our intelligence. This policy that we have put in place is needed in order to protect every student's human rights. The United Nations recently just passed a universal gay rights resolution. India has decriminalized homosexuality. So it only makes sense that the city of Burnaby, which is one of the most progressive cities in a province that prides itself on human rights, in one of the world's most envied countries in terms of the charter, is proactive and sets an example not only for the rest of the province, but the rest of the world in protecting our children, no matter their gender, race, culture, religion, or sexual orientation. I came to Canada, as I said, at the age of 7, and I appreciate that the Canadian Charter of Rights protects my rights as a racial and religious minority. But I also respect that I cannot use that right to abuse someone else's right. And this same charter that protects me must protect all Canadians, including the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered Canadians, even if it means that some of my religious rights are limited to my own personal space. We need to show young people who are struggling with their sexual orientation and those who may have siblings, relatives, or parents who are gay that it is as normal as being left-handed. Gay teens are ashamed of telling their friends that they are gay. Can you imagine a time when a teen would be too embarrassed to tell his fellow students that his mom is Asian or his dad is brown? Of course not. Today, that's no longer something to be embarrassed about. But can a teenager tell his fellow students that she has 2 moms, or that his dad is gay, or that they have 2 dads? No. Our students are embarrassed of themselves and their own families. How can we as a society accept that? We as a society have an obligation to teach in an impartial, non-biased way the students in our schools. Homosexuality is an accepted part of Canadian society, and going against a gay acceptance policy would be going against the Canadian Charter of Rights. Policy 5.5 will give students an opportunity to have the information they need in an unbiased manner to make responsible choices, to feel safe, to know that there's a way to get support and that they're not alone. I'm going to end with a tribute to another young man. His name is Bobby. Those who have trouble understanding or accepting should read the book that's written about his life. It's called Prayers for Bobby. There's also a movie, if you don't want to sit there and read the book, by the same name. It's a true story of a young man named Bobby Griffiths who, because of ignorance, including the ignorance of his own family, his teachers, and his schoolmates, jumped off a freeway overpass. His mother realized her mistakes months after his death. It was too late for Bobby. It's already too late for thousands of other young people like him who have taken their own lives. It's my hope that your eyes, hearts, and minds open before yet another young man or young woman closes theirs permanently. Thank you.